He left a couple balls up. After the first two innings, he settled down, for the next two innings, and then he just got in a long count, and Lamb hit a home run on him. But, he did okay. Obviously we know that there's more there, and he's continuing to develop his secondary stuff, but he did okay.
Early on, how much do you think nerves were a factor in it for him?
Oh, I'm sure a lot. It's not easy. Your first time in the big leagues, whether you're a position player or you're a pitcher or making a start. And, I thought, you always look to see how guys handle it, and I thought he handled it pretty well.
After he came out, I saw him talking to Larry Rothschild and to you in that dugout. What do you say to a kid who maybe doesn't have the outing he would have liked to have had for his debut?
Well, I think he's made progress, a lot of progress since spring training. I think he's going to continue to get better. I think his breaking ball's gotten better. Spring training he had a hard time throwing strikes, and he didn't have a hard time really tonight. So I think there was a lot of improvement.
I know your bullpen was short, but did you think about hitting for him in the fourth?
Your bullpen's so short. It's just really hard. If you had a day off coming soon, and it was too early.
So do you see him getting another start?
Oh, we haven't made that decision yet, Wally. We're pretty lined up until tomorrow's Michael, and our plan is to, just run through the guys.
So Ray had struggled his last four. What was he doing? Robbie Ray.
Oh, he threw strikes tonight. I think was the big difference. We had him on the ropes a little bit. Hicksy hits it in that little corner to where it allows him a couple extra feet. Has a chance to go off if it's over to the left 2 feet, it's probably off the wall. And you're looking at maybe a couple more runs and a guy in second with nobody out. But he threw strikes.
Interesting play with Ellsbury. You don't see that every day.
No, you prefer he doesn't get hit in the head, but tied the game up.
Is there anything that blocked a share on that throw to first?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know if it had some movement on it. I'm not sure. It didn't look like it, or I think he would have said something.
I'm surprised he didn't come up with that. He makes that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's really good around the bag and fielding ground balls. Yeah, it was somewhat of a surprise.
Just the best you've seen him swing it this year against tonight.
Yeah, he's been swinging pretty good right-handed. We got to get him going left-handed a little bit, but he swung the bat good again tonight. So he's a big part of our lineup.
So given how well you guys have played at home, disappointed to come out in this kind of a game.
Yeah, it is. There's never a good time to have a game like this. I wasn't sure what we were going to get from Greeny tonight. I thought he did a decent job, and we just weren't able to put enough runs across.
So was this kind of a calculated gamble? To give your pitching staff an extra day's rest using this guy tonight? If it turns out that they benefit from that rest, would have been worth it?
Well, we would have had to insert someone on Wednesday, and if we ended up using him, it'd be his 9th day, I believe, and it just seemed to make the most sense.
Joe, as good as the back end of your bullpen has been, are you having any concerns about sort of those middle inning guys that you haven't quite been able to find the right combo?
Well, that was something I talked about in spring training. It wasn't, the importance of the other 4 guys was what was so important, because the 3 guys were going to be really good. And you lost a big guy in Mitchell when we lost him. At times it's been a struggle, I think Kirby Yates has done a really good job, but we've interchanged some of those guys, and we need to find a combination that works.
Given the fact that your starters haven't given you a ton of length, is it becoming even more glaring than you might have thought?
Yeah, it does. Because, a lot of these guys aren't necessarily 3, 4, and 5 inning guys. And that was the big loss in Mitchell. He was a starter. And when we had Nova down there, you had him down there. You don't have him down there. So it is something that we need to figure out.